Let me start with the story of two men. Let's call them Hassan and Jabir. They're both 18 and they study at the exact same university, studying the exact same course, mechanical engineering. And Hassan, in his free time, he watches Islamic lectures, watches podcasts on mindset, fitness and health in general. His social media For You pages are all beneficial content that will actually help him because that's what he searched for, that's what the algorithm gave him. And while he's eating, instead of watching Netflix, he watches engineering videos from experts in the field that he studies in. And then there's Jabir, who only consumes mindless entertainment. He binge watches Netflix TV shows, and his social media For You pages are all funny memes and just overall just degenerate things because that's what he searches for. And while he eats, instead of watching beneficial content, he watches the new season of Power instead. Now let me ask you a question. In 10 years time, who do you think will be in a better position? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Now I'm sure you've heard the quote, you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. While this quote may be true, I think that in the 21st century, this is no longer true. Social media and the internet and the digital world in general has changed everything. You are no longer the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now you are the sum of the content that you consume. Social media today shapes your whole personality and identity. We live in a remote digital world where everyone is online in some sort of way. We are totally reliant on the digital world. Without it, we would collapse. Access to information is bigger than ever before. You can literally learn anything. You can learn anything you want on the internet. Anytime you want to find something out, you just Google search it. Or anytime you need to find how to actually do something, you search it up on YouTube and the video is always there. People spend on average about 4 to 5 hours a day on their phone. So obviously this affects you in some sort of way. I'll prove it right now. Now you probably have a different worldview than your parents have. All because of online, all because of the content you consume, of the news, media, everything that you're seeing online is all from that. And it was never like this before. Everything was localized. You're only relative to the city you were in. Now what are the negative effects of content consumption? Like I said before, people are comparing themselves on a global scale now. It's no longer just localized. Before, you'd compare yourself just to the people around you, just people in your village, in your tribe, whatever. But now you're seeing people online and you're constantly comparing yourself to them. And also, they're projecting a false image. You're just ruining yourself for no reason at all. But I don't know how people don't understand. You are what you consume. If you consume depressed content, you're gonna be depressed. If you produce stupid content, you're gonna end up stupid. It's not hard to grasp that concept. The average IQ is getting lower and lower. Why do you think so many people are depressed? Why do you think so many people are sad? Because look at the type of music they listen to, the type of TV shows they watch, the type of YouTube videos they watch, the social media For You pages, everything is just making them even more sadder and sadder and sadder. Kids are being born with phones shoved in their faces, and who knows what the long-term effects of this actually are. Also, if you're constantly consuming sad and depressing content, then your body will produce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and this will lead you to a perpetual state of fight or flight. And if you're constantly in this state, it can lead to serious health issues. And all this stems from the content that you consumed. You're vastly underestimating the effects. You're vastly underestimating what the effects are of the content that you consume. You need to be very wary and cautious of what you're consuming so it doesn't enter into your brain and enter into your soul. Now, it's not all bad. It works both ways. If you consume good content, you will have a better outlook and healthier life. I can personally say that I've learned more from consuming content than I ever learned in school. Cutting out mindless entertainment and replacing it with educational, beneficial content has genuinely changed my life. Consume things that will actually benefit you. There was a quote that I was reading the other day. It goes, "Knowledge is plentiful, but wisdom is scarce." And that is so true. We live in a world where you can listen to a scholar, you can listen to a professional in any niche with a click of a button. Before, to get that amount of knowledge, you had to travel far and wide and you had to struggle for it. Now it's so easy to us, but it's the one thing that we don't do. And look, I guarantee that the best time in your life, the most productive you were in your life, the best your iman has felt, just the best era of your life was when you're consuming the right content, is when you're watching things that are actually beneficial to you. You and I as Muslims should be very aware and very cautious of what content we're watching, because we can rack up sins just like that from watching the wrong things. Also, if you're the type of Muslim that wants to be a good person, a better person, and actually take care of his family, then what use is consuming mindless entertainment and just funny viral memes that don't even add anything to your life? My prediction is that the division between the super smart and the super stupid will get even further away, just based off the content that you're consuming. For so many people, their brains are literally fried. They can't even think properly. They can't even say anything insightful because they've been so numbed down, and all they do all day is just consume rubbish. They consume the worst things ever for them. Then the other people are completely ignoring this mindless entertainment and are purely focusing on watching things that would actually benefit themselves in this life and the next. Also, it is made obligatory upon me and you to seek knowledge. Obviously, it's talking about Islamic knowledge, but knowledge in general as well. We should have a general basis of all kind of subjects. This year alone, alhamdulillah, I've learned so many new things about so many new subjects, all just from online. But it's all out there. All you need to do is just put in the minimum effort, just put in some effort, and it will actually change your life. I want to leave you with the hadith from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace upon him, who said, "A man is upon the religion of his friend. Let one of you look at who he befriends." And in the 21st century, people's best friends are literally their phones. So from this, we can extract that in our times, we should be very aware of what we're looking at on our phones, because this will shape our worldview and change our lives. Let me know if you benefit from this video, inshallah. Comment, share and everything. And to be aware of what you're consuming. I don't put these videos out there to be entertaining. If you're looking for entertainment, cheap dopamine, you're in the wrong place. My goal is to produce content that will actually benefit others, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.